Alabama beats LSU, takes big step toward BC's title game. LSU was pushing the Tide, and another instant classic seemed very possible, though this one was headed toward shootout rather than slugfest, and more important, another November upset to rearrange the BC's picture. Instead, it crystallized the Tide's stature. While other teams half-jockeyed for position in the race, currently, the top challenger is Florida State, with Ohio State, Baylor and Stanford in the mix. The Crimson Tide has remained a solid number 1 in the polls and the all-important BC's standings. Against LSU, probably our toughest opponent yet, quarterback A.J. McCarron said, and certainly the Tide's first test since that mid-September shootout against Texas A&M, Alabama showed why the ranking remains correct. Meanwhile, LSU has slipped just a bit. Losses to Georgia and Ole Miss eliminated the Tigers from the national picture. But except for a couple of costly mistakes, the Tigers would have led at halftime. It was tied at 17 when the Tide bogged down near midfield midway through the third quarter. Saban sent out the punt team. Then he called timeout, and if Miles and everyone else thought they knew what was coming then, we all should have. The Tide faked the punt, got the first down, and rolled from there. They keep the ball for the remainder of the time, Miles said, and score 7. They kept it almost the entire remainder of the game, and scored 21. The formula was familiar. The Tide's power running game got going, augmented by very occasional passing. A.J. McCarron threw only 7 times in the second half, completing 5. 3 consecutive possessions went 79, 71 and 78 yards. 14, 10 and 8 plays. A combined 17 minutes, 34 seconds. T.J. Yeldon steaming downhill. Offensive linemen yelling in the huddle for more running plays. The drive on some of those runs were pretty special, Miles said. Meanwhile, a defense that had struggled to contain Zach Mettenberger's passing held LSU to 52 yards in the second half. The combination of power offense and suddenly suffocating defense was as lethal as ever. We probably played our best half of football, Saban said. It was more than enough to squelch LSU's upset opportunity. And in retrospect, if Saban had decided not to gamble, it probably wouldn't have mattered. The Tide was too good. I think everything would have played out the same, Williams said. When Saban called timeout with 8:52 left in the third quarter after Yeldon lost a yard on 3rd and 1, Miles apparently suspected trickery. He replaced the punt return unit with a regular defense, which was exactly the look Alabama wanted, the go-ahead to try the fake